It is Rasslin, and it's one of those days. Sometimes we interview stars of times gone past. Sometimes we interview up-and-coming stars. Sometimes we interview just people I meet on the street. But today, we have one of the up-and-coming, fastest-rising stars in professional wrestling. All Elite Wrestling, the hottest thing out there, and this guy is one of the hottest things inside of All Elite Wrestling and ahead of Revolution, where he will be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. It is
Yes, sir.
Powerhouse Hobbs. Do you like Powerhouse or Will Hobbs? I like Powerhouse better, to be honest. Can I call you Powerhouse?
You can call me Powerhouse. You can call me Hobbs. Whatever works for you.
It is Powerhouse Hobbs. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How does it feel to be like riding on the edge of a lightning bolt with this AEW momentum that you guys got right now?
Man, I'm holding on every week. I'm loving it. There's nothing whatsoever for me to complain about.
Well, you could complain. I won't tell Tony.
I could, but nobody's going to listen.
I'm not going to tell Tony. That's all I'm saying. I might tell Tony.
Don't do me like that.
I got to start with this. This is the main question I've been wondering for about a month now. Beach Break 2022. It was January 26th in Cleveland, Ohio, because Tony Khan apparently doesn't own a map, and he did Beach Break there. And you went out to the shores of whatever the worst Great Lake is, and you were in you were in overalls and no shirt. Were you cold?
I was cool, man. I'm good. I'm always cooler than a polar bear's toenails. I wasn't shivering or nothing, man. I was good.
All right, that's an Outcast lyric. That's Big Boy. That's
yes, sir, my man.
Cooler than Freddie Jackson sniffing a milkshake in a snowstorm. This guy right here.
Oh.
Hey, I know what's going on. I know the score. All right, you were cold. You can admit you were cold. It's not a big deal. It was 22 degrees outside, and you didn't have a shirt on. Do you ever wear a shirt?
No, back home they call me Chilly Willy, so I'm never cold, man.
When I was growing up, I used to watch Woody Woodpecker when I got home.
That's where I got the name from.
3 o'clock, and then Chilly Willy was the middle cartoon there, and
yes.
And see, we're just right in line with our references here.
That's where my granny gave me the name from.
So you guys did that that little shot at the beach, you and Ricky Starks, and he was wearing what he was wearing, you were wearing what you were wearing. When did you guys put those fits together?
Man, it just came up with it. I mean, fur coat for me. He had his winter ski fit on. It was snowing outside, so it made sense.
So March 6th on pay-per-view, AEW is returning with Revolution, and you will be in a feature spot. You will be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Now, when people think of ladder matches, they might think of the small guys running up and down the rungs of the ladder and doing all the flippity stuff. But so far, we've got you, we've got Wardlow, and we've got Keith Lee. And that is Hoss. This sounds like a different type of ladder match so far, man.
You can say beef, and more beef if you want to. I mean, it's going to be different. I mean, don't expect me to do a lot of flying. I'm going to be doing a lot of throwing. And when it's time to climb that ladder, I'm going to climb it and win.
So when you go into a multi-man ladder match like that, do you alter your style? Do you look at what's going on around you? Does it make you more comfortable that you have beef in there, and you don't have to compete with the 5'9" guys that's going to do 9 flips?
No, I think it's going to be actually beneficial to me. I'm still going to work my pace, my style, but I still got to keep my awareness to see who's climbing that ladder.
AEW is a place that has a lot of variety of wrestlers. It has, a lot of small guys, a lot of big guys, a lot of fast guys, but it also has, you said beef, I said Hoss, but it's got guys that are just absolute tanks in the ring. You, Keith Lee, Wardlow, and I could add others in there, Miro, for example. Like, there's a bunch of guys in there that fit the profile of just big, strong, athletic guys, and you even stand out from the pack in that. What does it make you feel to be in a group of talent like that and still somehow stand out?
It makes me feel awesome. Lets me know my hard work is paying off, and I've always, from a young child, always stood out from the rest. So this is a total compliment.
You know, I have too. I have always stood out from the crowd as well, but that's because I had really big ears and they made fun of me. And I really wish
I had big ears too. My sister used to call me
Satellite.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah. Will Smith. And then they'd ask you if you could hear the radio, and the radio wasn't even playing. And kids are mean, man. Kids are mean.
Yeah, especially siblings.
I never had any siblings. We were too poor. Anyway, do you enjoy working with guys your size, or do you enjoy working with the guys that you can kind of throw around and kind of dominate like that?
I like both. Guys that I was throwing around, as you saw this past Friday night on Rampage, when I was throwing Dante Martin's ass around, beating him from coast to coast. That was fun. But I do like a stand-up, old school Bonanza, Hoss Cartwright brawl.
I kind of love this competition that we're seeing unfold. Like when Keith Lee had his debut match and he threw somebody across the ring, he threw him about as high as I remember seeing somebody, and then you come back on Rampage and you're throwing Dante Martin as high as you can throw him. Are y'all having some sort of interior competition of a toss? Are you trying to get the longest one?
Everything's a competition to me. I saw that. I looked at it like, man, I can do that.
I mean, you're going to win this. You're probably going to have to throw a guy into the 7th row.
I'm going for the 10th row. 10's my number.
Please don't do that, because when AEW gives me free tickets, they give us like 10th row tickets. We never get the 2nd row tickets. So
I'll do 11.
Throw them to me. I'll catch them.
Just catch them for me.
Let's see. What Team Taz? So you've been in Team Taz for a while now. It has evolved a little bit, but
yes.
It's kind of evolved. And you and Ricky Starks are kind of joined at the hip. I think it's a great pairing. I think it works. Why does it work so well?
It works so well because Ricky and I are actually friends. So Ricky's birthday and my birthday were about 3 weeks apart, and we got signed about a month apart. And we just gel so well. It's like peanut butter and jelly. So I know what he's thinking. He knows what I'm thinking. And,
were you
can't
guys,
get better.
Were you guys good friends before you got to AEW, or did it come together when you got there?
We've ran into each other before AEW, but once we actually start working week after week after week with each other, just start gelling.
Now, is that a partnership that comes together on screen, or did it come together behind the scenes first and then get put together on the screen?
I think it was at the same time.
Okay.
My actual third match in AEW on the AEW Dark was against Ricky Starks.
Now,
so
I actually have a company credit card. I can get you a.
Can I use it?
Yeah, I can get you a phone stand so you don't have to hold your phone up.
I got one too, and it just keeps slipping. I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, there'd be some oil or something on his desk or something.
Okay, see, this is what you do, Powerhouse. When you're in a hotel room, there's going to be a Bible in like one of those desks right there. So what you do is you take the Bible out and you stack it up, and you put the phone up against the Bible, because the Bible's thick and it's not going to fall if the Bible's behind it. You got to learn like these tricks on the road, man.
That's the word. That's the word.
Jesus got you on the road.
Good word. Using the good book.
So behind the scenes, I know on camera, Taz, Team Taz and everything's popping off. Behind the scenes, has Taz been a help for you?
Yeah, weekly. Not just at TV or on the road. It's just I always can call him up, ask him for advice, ask him to critique a match for me, and he's more than happy to do it. I've had instances where he's pulled me aside and said, you need to go out and be a straight assassin. Do what you do. Separate yourself from the pack, and that's what I do. I was a huge Taz fan growing up anyway, so just shutting the hell up and just opening my ears and listening to him, it's paid off so much.
Is that a challenge for a big physical guy like yourself to know when to be the assassin and know when to pull it back a little bit as far as performing? Like, you want to go out there and you want to look like this big, huge hulking monster, but sometimes it calls for pulling back a little bit. Is that a challenge for a big guy, knowing when to use that?
You just got to have a mentorship, have someone guide you, and not have that. So,
are there other guys outside of Taz behind the scenes that help you a lot?
Oh yeah, you got Mark Henry, you got AA Arn Anderson. I've had FTR help me so many times. Dustin Rhodes, there's countless people, especially like Billy Gunn. Like, there's countless people here that I can go to.
You know the one thing about Billy Gunn that still amazes me?
His size.
How is he that big? How is he that big?
I'm going to tell you a story about Billy Gunn. I came through, I forget what match it was, and Billy's standing there looking at the monitor, gives me the head nod, like approval, like it was good. And I was still intimidated, like just looking at him.
Well, like, you know, his whole career, he's had a remarkable career, but you never think of him as a big guy. He wasn't ever marketed as a big guy. And then you look at him, and this guy's 58 years old. He's jacked to the gills, and he's still he's like a legit 6'4", 6'5". Anyway, he's
I think 6'6".
Okay, just relax. Well, if he's 6'6", I'm 6'7".
Maybe.
Thank you for your belief in me. I appreciate that.
I got you.
Name a sport that I can beat you at. Actually, I'm going to name a sport. You tell me if I can beat you at it. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Wrestling.
No.
Football.
Hell no.
Weightlifting.
Hell to the no.
Arm wrestling.
No.
Tennis.
Probably not.
Ping pong.
No.
Okay, I could beat you at ping pong. So
I don't think so. Maybe if you said badminton or something, maybe.
I got more sports.
Okay, let's go.
Swimming?
Yes.
Hell yeah, you can't swim as good as me. Hell yeah, I'd fuck you up in the pool. Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss. Sorry, I forgot. My bad. Sorry, AEW lady who's looking at me cross-eyed right now. You were a football player growing up, right?
Yeah. Football, basketball, baseball was my sport.
Defensive tackle, where were you at?
I was a free safety.
No, okay, all right. You don't have to lie to have friends. No, what?
No. I was a free safety. I didn't start actually like growing and putting on size until I got out of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if I saw you a free safety right now, I would be worried for my wide receivers.
You probably would, because I would take their head off.
Okay, just relax, man. Just relax. So let's do this. This is a getting to know you segment. We'll circle back to the Revolution. We'll circle back to AEW in a second. But people that are watching this right now might not know a whole lot about Powerhouse Will Hobbs.
Let's do it.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were 10 years old?
When I was 10 years old, it was probably Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a good answer, but I was more of a Rock guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Stone Cold because he would cuss and do all the stuff I wasn't supposed to do.
Well,
they got me at school.
I do like cussing, but Rock would wear like $500 shirts, and my car didn't cost $500 20 years ago, so I was always very jealous of him.
I wasn't even thinking about $500 shirts. I was thinking about action figures and,
Well, that's because you were 10 years old when they were big. I was a little older. All right, just relax again. What's your favorite video game, Powerhouse Will Hobbs?
My favorite video game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time.
You're kind of a nerd, huh?
I mean, would you call me that to my face?
It depends. How far away are you from me? Are you 100?
I give you a good maybe 100 yards.
Also, I didn't call you a nerd. I asked if you were a nerd. I didn't call you a nerd. Let the record show that.
I'm not just making sure you're paying attention.
100? No, if I were 250 yards away from you, I would call you a nerd, yes.
Okay. That's a good little distance.
And you would probably catch me in 12 seconds.
I do. I am pretty quick for my size. So.
You are. I've seen it. I've seen it on film. Question. This is more getting to know you. What's your favorite road trip snack?
My favorite road trip snack. It probably has to be peanut butter M&Ms or Twix peanut butter.
You like peanut butter?
I do.
You know what I like to get on the road? I like Twix ice cream bars. You never would order that. You never would get that like at the grocery store and take home. But when you're on the road and you're driving like 80 miles, a Twix ice cream bar is delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. I've never had them. I always like the Snickers ice cream bars.
Those are good too. Those are good. The way it's hard at first, then when it melts a little bit, it just melts in your mouth. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. What's your favorite TV show to binge watch?
Martin.
Martin, Gina, Tommy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Cole.
Cole.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, Cole was also Cockroach in the Cosby Show.
On the Cosby Show.
And
Yep.
and then he was Martin and Pam. Martin, Gina, Pam, and
House Party.
Were you a Gina guy or a Pam guy? You were a Pam guy, weren't you?
I like Pam because Pam had more junk in the trunk.
That's right. Okay. Yes. Now we are talking about things I want to talk about. When you're in the gym or getting ready for a match, what's your favorite pump up music? Get you going.
My favorite pump up music. I always start off listening to some old school Cash Money records, whether it's some Juvenile, BG, Big Timers.
I think me and you should hang out.
We should. I'm down. As long as you paying, I'm down. As long as you get the bill.
What's your favorite Outkast song?
Probably
The answer is Spodioty Dopalicious.
no.
Yes, it is. It's the one with the horns, you know. Damn, 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 James. It's so good.
I like the Players Ball.
All the players. Yeah, okay. So that's
Yeah.
far and wide. All right. I
Yeah.
like that one. Okay, so where are we at? What's your favorite movie, Powerhouse Will Hobbs?
Favorite movie is either got to be New Jack City or Menace to Society.
I'd like to point something out, and I didn't know this about you. All of your favorite things are like older than you are.
Yeah, because I had a brother that was 13 years older than me.
Okay.
So I wanted to be just like him. Wanted to hang out with him and his friends. So I was always. He had a IROC Z28, and I thought I was the coolest kid when he would pick me up from school.
Yeah.
It was a nice Sonic blue color, like
Yeah.
all that old school stuff. I like.
One of my favorite wrestling angles ever was in Continental Wrestling back in the 80s, and they had like a battle royal or something. And the winner got a solid blue, a metallic blue IROC Z28. And the heel ended up the baby face won, and the heel hid in the trunk. And when they were showing him the car, the heel got out and just tore the car up and everything. But anyway, beautiful car.
Yes.
All right, rank these houses: Funhouse, Dollhouse, White House, Powerhouse.
Powerhouse number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dollhouse, because that's where all the women is at.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Then gotta go to Funhouse.
Yeah.
I
also forgot Waffle House.
Oh, Waffle House has got to be right after the Dollhouse because you get hungry then.
Yeah, but you're from California. You don't know nothing about the Waffle House.
I just went to a Waffle House maybe about 3 weeks ago in Ohio.
I didn't know they had
For
it
the
in
first
Ohio.
time. Yeah, Youngstown, Ohio.
Do you like Calvin and Hobbes?
It's okay. It wasn't my favorite comic.
What do you mean it's okay? It's one of the top 3 comics. The top 3 comics are Garfield, Farside, and Calvin and Hobbes. That's
Man, look, I grew up in the hood. We didn't really read Calvin and Hobbes, man. Like we had X-Men comics, Spider-Man, all the DC. But I mean, I know who Calvin and Hobbes is. It just wasn't appealing to me.
Well, Hobbes was the tiger, of course, and
Oh yeah. Calvin was a little kid.
Yeah, he was a little kid, and it was so good. That's disappointing, but it's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I mean,
Please don't be.
We're still very good friends.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to serious matters. 2022. What does it look like for Powerhouse Hobbs? Obviously, next weekend on pay-per-view, AEW Revolution. It will be the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Somebody's coming out of there with a title shot.
Me.
What does it look like? If you win this title shot, what does 2022 look like?
I'm going to be holding gold very soon to the end of 22 into 2023. And whenever I choose to not hold that championship and go to another championship.
Why would anybody choose to not hold a championship, though?
Hey, you would surprise yourself.
I surprise myself every day. I get on the scale and I'm like, what happened? And it's not a good surprise. I'm very fat. I'm working on it though.
Hey, it's all right. I believe in it.
No, you don't.
I do. Hey man, where there's a will, there's a way. I believe in you.
Is that your pickup line to women?
No. Used to be.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
And I am Will.
See, this is why I like you and I also hate you, because you don't have to have a pickup line to women. You just show up in that tank top with no sleeves, and then that's your pickup line. Whatever. I'm not
much.
What'd you say?
I said pretty much. Slap some cocoa butter on, get shining and glistening, and it's over.
I wouldn't even know where to buy cocoa butter. All right. So, like we said, the 2022 looks wide open. What's the feeling in AEW right now for you guys? Because it feels like you guys have been riding a wave of momentum for a while.
It's a great feeling. You see the excitement on everyone's face. I think you look around and you can see everyone kind of want to have that competitiveness, So it's a good thing, man. Every week is exciting.
But there's a lot of people coming in the company, going from the company. There's a lot of back and forth. Like, since you started in the company, so many people have come in. The CM Punks of the world, the Bryan Danielsons of the world. How do you not get caught up in that and seeing so many people come in and just focus on what you need to focus on?
I only focus on me. I could care less who comes in. I know my goals and what I want to do and what I want to say and what I want to become. So I focus on Will. That's it. I mean, it's exciting because it helps build the company and, help us get to new heights and levels. But I focus on Will.
So focusing on Will, is there anybody who in the company would Will love to work with?
Punk was on my list, and I got a chance to do that.
Yeah.
I want to.
What was that like?
It was I remember going to shows watching him.
Yeah.
So, and if you would have asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, or 3 or 5, would I think about working him, like actually getting the chance to, I would have told you no. But it was that was very up there for me. That was a very special match, being because it was about exactly a month after my mom passed away.
Yeah.
So it meant a whole lot, and he knew that.
Yeah.
So it was a very special thing for me.
Now, your Wikipedia, which it's always the best stuff because anybody can write anything, so it's true. It says you went to Super Brawl 8 in San Francisco. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Who was on Super Brawl 8?
It was the night Scott Steiner turned on Rick Steiner.
Oh, God, I hate that. God. Yeah. So it was Hogan Sting, right?
Yeah, Booker T versus Rick Martel for the TV championship.
Yeah, and then Perry Saturn came down and got involved a little bit, I think. Maybe I might be misremembering that. But, yeah, Rick Martel was having a good little renaissance there, and then he got hurt, and then that was it for him.
That was the night Chris Jericho yelled at me.
He yelled at you?
I went to touch him, and he's like, "Don't touch me." It was the night he wrestled Juventud Guerrera. So I told him that, and he had a kick out of it. I think we talked about it on Talk is Jericho.
That was right. That was right when Jericho was really catching fire back in early '98.
Yep.
I remember I went to a house show in Tupelo, Mississippi in late '98, and he was the most annoying thing in the world. I love Chris Jericho in '98. That was actually a good show.
It was. I told all my friends the next day at school I went. Like, no, you didn't. And I was like, okay, bam, ticket stub right here.
That's pretty awesome. I went to Spring Stampede '97. That's my WCW pay-per-view that I went to back in the day. It wasn't nearly as good of a show.
Was that Sturgis?
No, that was in Tupelo. It was the main event was DDP against Randy Savage.
Okay.
And it wasn't a great show. I don't even know why I brought it up. I was trying to brag, and then I have nothing to brag about.
That's all right.
All right, so we're going to get together down the road, and I'm going to beat you in ping pong, and that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, one last time as we end this thing up, AEW Revolution, which I've been watching AEW since the beginning. Their Revolution pay-per-views, to me, 2020 Revolution, probably the best pay-per-view they've ever done. Maybe All Out last year comes up. Last year, Revolution, I was there. It was very good. What I'm trying to say is every time they put on a Revolution, it's very good, and this one's going to be no different. It's got Hangman Adam Page against Adam Cole. It's got CM Punk against MJF in a dog collar match, and we're finding out more and more matches by the day. But this guy right here will be in the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and it promises to be a banger. What are people going to see when they tune in to see you in this ladder match?
Pain, destruction, obviously me winning. So, you're gonna see some big boy stuff.
Well, pain and destruction sounded kind of depressing. I don't know that I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, you ever seen a human body, like, or just have do you want to see a ladder wrapped around a human body than me just throw them? Like, I planned on breaking people. Like it's gonna be my coming out party. Like, I'm gonna do some damage.
It is going to be electric. It's going to be fantastic. Not only is this guy very talented, but Wardlow's in there, Keith Lee's in there, and we're going to find out more and more competitors probably tomorrow night on Dynamite or tonight on Dynamite. I have no idea what today is. Is today Wednesday? Tonight on Dynamite.
It is.
Excuse me, my bad. Tonight on Dynamite, maybe Friday night on Rampage. Revolution's coming up, and this guy is also coming up. He is going to be a huge star in this business. Powerhouse, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, that is Powerhouse Hobbs, and this has been Rasslin.